everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Laura Whittle and you're here for part 7 of my Halloween 2020 series on fears and phobias. Today is all about needles and blood. So we've got a bit of glam and a bit of special effects. So if you want to learn how to do this look, keep watching. And if you don't already, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Let's hop right into it.
So I'm starting out with the PLouise Rumour base in shade 2 and blending it in with a fluffy blending eyeshadow brush from Peaches and Cream all over the lid, under the eyes, in the middle of the forehead and up to the temples, creating a perfect base for pigmented eyeshadow. Patting it in until it's tacky. Now we're going in with the Carnival Love Tahiti palette, and the first shade is Grape on a small eyeshadow brush from Peaches and Cream, and I'm patting that all into the crease, into the shape I want, before blending in small circular motions upwards. So my Halloween series will continue into November because we're in lockdown number 2 in the UK and I've got to keep entertained. Now I'm going in with another one of those brushes, and this time it's shade Mango. I'm placing this shade 50% over Grape and 50% onto the base. I'm blending it. And blend and blend some more. Going back in with shade Grape and ensuring that pigment is still there on the original shade. Now going in with shade Yellow on a fluffy eyeshadow brush and using that 50-50 method over Mango and the remaining PLouise base up into the brown. Now going back in with shade Mango to brighten, and then back in with shade Grape. Now taking a pencil brush and shade Vanilla, I'm highlighting the brow bone and the inner corner. Now it's back in with the base to create that perfect cut crease. I'm using the PLouise black base brush, which is the Badder base brush, to sculpt that cut crease shape I want, and I'm patting that base onto the lid until it's tacky. Now going in with shade Rose Pink on a flat eyeshadow brush and patting that over the base. Now I'm going in with shade JJ and blending that over the outer corner of that rose pink shade, and then I've gone back in with Grape to blend that very outer corner into JJ, and then blending the Grape tone under the bottom lash line, then connecting all this together with Mango and blending 50-50, and then Yellow. Now going in with a Maybelline Colossal Mascara and coating the lashes, rolling the brush upwards and wiggling to separate, and applying to the bottom lashes. Now I'm using a NYX angled brush, which is their brow brush, and the Benefit Browsings in shade 3 to fill in my brows. And then just making them a little bit sharper with a little bit of the PLouise base on that flat brush. Going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter Skin Complexion Booster in shade 4 and blending that on the high points of the face. Sorry about the lighting here, it reflects so much off this complexion booster because it's so illuminating. Now going in with MAC's NW15, Nip+Fab's 25 and Nip+Fab's 50 to create a slightly darker skin tone for myself and a bit of higher coverage. 50% MAC, 50% Nip+Fab, and a couple of drops of the shade 50 Nip+Fab. Now going in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in shade C1 and cream highlighting under the eyes, down the nose, centre of the forehead, cupid's bow and chin. and then blending out with a fluffy peach and cream eyeshadow brush and ensuring that's all blended through the smile lines and everything, and then patting that in with my finger, blending the rest of it in. Using this brush around the eyes is so much easier to keep control over where that concealer is going and that you don't end up ruining the eyeshadow blend you've already done. Now going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Bronzer in shade Cappuccino on an Eco Tools base brush, and using it to bronze up and contour the cheekbones, forehead and jawline. Now going in with the sleek Blush by 3 Pink Lemonade palette and using the shade Macaroon, which is a cream blush, and blending that into the apples of the cheeks and sweeping it up onto the cheekbones. Now going in with the MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation in shade NW15 and putting that into the middle of the forehead and under the eyes and setting all that concealer in place. Now going in with the Fenty Killawatt highlighter duo and using shade Hustler Baby to highlight the cheekbones, the nose, the cupid's bow, the forehead and the chin. Now going in with the Barry M Take a Brow in clear and brushing those brow hairs upwards to create fluffy brows. Now going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipstick in shade Glastonbury to get that perfect autumnal berry tone lip. Now setting my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter, this is the XL size. And now applying the Tatty Lashes in TL8 with the Duo Dark Glue, the fast setting version. Now let's go on to special effects. Using the Ben Nye Spirit Gum and applying it to the areas of the face, I'm going to apply my nose and scar wax to. You will need some scar wax, some Vaseline to blend out the scar wax, a scalpel and a palette. I've applied a small amount of the Ben Nye nose and scar wax and blending that out with some Vaseline on my finger and using my scalpel where required, just to blend the edges into my skin. This is the first time in about 3 years that I've used scar wax. I am now using my scalpel to blend the edges even further into the skin. And doing the same on the other side of my forehead. Now using a stippling sponge to add some texture onto that wax to create more pores, and then getting rid of the shine with some RCMA No Colour powder. Going over with my foundation brush to blend it into my skin tone better. Now grabbing one of my blunt tip needles. This is essential. Needles are from Amazon and they are blunt tip, they are not sharp. And I'm slotting that into the scar wax. So you can see the needle under that scar wax and it looks like it's under the skin. And I've applied a few more bits of scar wax and blended them into the skin and everything, placing those needles into the face where I want them. You can do as few or as many of these as you like. The process is the same on every single one. going in with my scalpel to flatten those edges a tiny bit more, and then applying my final needle by the mouth. Now going in with the Ben Nye Fresh Scab Blood on one of my Essentials by Samantha Helen brushes, and applying a dot of this blood to the entry and exit areas of the needle. If you are under the age of 18, please ensure you get parents' permission to order needles, and if you need assistance, please don't hesitate to ask an adult to help you if you want to recreate this look. And remember, it is blunt needles that are needed, not sharp tipped ones, otherwise you will end up piercing your skin. Just making sure there's enough blood on the needles, and then going in with my Mr. Dashbow Autopsy palette, which is an alcohol activated palette, and spraying it with IPA. First of all, going in with the red shade and making it into a thinner consistency with the IPA on the lid, and just making sure that I make these areas look inflamed and pink, just like an irritated needle site would be. I've zoomed one in here. I'm now going in with a few different tones from this palette. I go with the yellow to create some bruising, a little bit of the green to add to that bruising, and then finally in with the blue shade just to finish those bruises off. Then I use the palest shade in there just to highlight the skin where the needle is underneath, just so it looks more raised. Here's me blending out some more bruising. And then I'm just going over this with some Arcimeno colour powder. And going back in with some more wet blood this time. This is the blood splatter from Macaroon that I've put onto a palette, and it's slightly runnier consistency, so I'm applying that to these sides now and patting it out with my finger so it looks a tiny bit messier, a tiny bit more gory, without taking away from all the hard work you've already done. You can add as little or as much blood as you want. And this is the finished look. If you like this look today, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up and turn on the bell notification to be notified every single time I upload. If you want more content, follow me on Instagram at LauraWhittleMUA or on TikTok at LauraWhittleMUA. Thank you, stay safe.